What's up, Magic fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Orlando Magic HQ podcast, brought to you by the Believe Podcast Network. We're your host, Al, myself, Anthony. Today is Friday, December 11th. And since we last recorded, Magic took on the Miami Heat twice, the Knicks once. Magic beating the Miami Heat 117-108 to advance to the NBA Cup Semifinals, where the Magic will face off against the New York Knicks. So it's crazy. We got Miami, the Knicks, Miami, the Knicks. And honestly, man, you can't ask for much more. Magic advancing and will be playing against the Knicks in Las Vegas. Al, what's going on, man? How are you feeling? There's some things to be excited about since we last recorded, and obviously some things that we're going to talk about in just a moment that is a little bit of a downer, a little bit of a bummer. But how are we feeling?
Oh man, feeling amazing. Get to watch the Magic finally reach the NBA Cup semifinals. It feels like every year we do so well in the NBA Cup, like we barely lose in the NBA Cup. But unfortunately, we have not been able to make it this far. So excited about that. Should be a fun game. And hey, I think many Magic fans, including myself, are not Knicks fans. We don't like them at all. So it'll be fun to face them. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, some bad news this week. I guess good and bad news, right? Because
Good
the
and bad,
injury sucked,
1000%.
but the outcome of it way better than we expected. So we'll talk about that later on today. But if you're a Magic fan, it's been fun to see this team kind of survive the Paulo injury. Now we got to figure out how to navigate through this latest injury. But man, the team is playing well.
Yeah, so obviously in today's episode, we are going to touch more on the Franz Wagner injury. Paulo Banchero obviously comes back and he returns. Desmond Bane playing out of his mind. And then the Magic matchup against the New York Knicks for the NBA Cup Finals. But before we get into those details and those topics, just a quick word from our sponsor, Underdog. It's that time of the year again, and the NFL and NBA are rolling, and our friends over at Underdog have you covered for all the action. If you're new to Underdog, now's the perfect time to check it out. If you use code MAGICHQ, you'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 entry, win or lose. Now, here's how it works. Just pick higher or lower on two or more player stats or projections, and you're in the game with a shot to win up to 5,000 times your money. You can even mix across sports, whether that's NBA, NFL combo, and make your weekend entries a little more fun. Play now in most states, including Florida, California, and Texas. So remember, when you sign up, use code MAGICHQ to grab the $75 in bonus entry. Play responsibly, have fun, and let's make some winning entries together. When we talk about the Magic and the state of the Magic, where they're at, they're currently holding a record of 15-10, which puts them fourth best in the East. We are currently 12th in the NBA when it comes to points per game, averaging about 117.8. 11th in offensive rating at 115.7, and the Magic holding teams to about 113.4, which is seventh best in the NBA. So the Magic obviously doing some really good work. Tough game against the Miami Heat when we first played them this week, barely edging out 106-105. You lose against the New York Knicks 106-100, and if you're the Magic, you feel good about that matchup. You feel good about the Knicks. You're in Madison Square Garden, and you feel as if Franz Wagner did not get injured, this is a team that you've been dog walking all season long. And unfortunately, you see Franz Wagner fall down. He holds onto his knee, and you are thinking the absolute worst. When you see it on TV, it doesn't look good. Everybody's saying the same thing. If you're not part of our Patreon, we have our group chat where we talk about every game, every big topic that comes back in regards to the Orlando Magic. We have a great community. If you haven't signed up, now's the perfect time to do that because great things are happening. But we're all saying the same thing. This looks bad. I have multiple Orlando Magic group chats that I'm in. Everybody's saying the same thing. It doesn't look good. National media, everybody's reporting. It doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. I'll be honest with you, my heart shattered in that moment because is this really the end of the season for the Orlando Magic? We know how important Franz Wagner is. We know that Paulo Banchero has been struggling. With the sample size that we've had from last year, when this exact same thing happened, Paulo goes out, Franz Wagner holds the ship together, strings together some wins, Franz goes out, and then Paulo Banchero struggles without Franz. Right? This is the same story, just different chapter, and we're going to see that same sample size. Now the question is, can Paulo find a way to figure it out? Luckily, the great news that we received from the media, from the reports, is that Franz Wagner suffered a high ankle sprain. Where the hell that came from, that didn't even cross my mind. Wasn't a thing. I want to know, what were you doing in the moment that you figured out and you learned that it's not a knee tear of any kind. He's not out for the season. My man's going to be back in hopefully 4 to 6 weeks.
Man, I gotta tell you, so that Monday felt like the trade deadline. We were all on Twitter, just hitting refresh, 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 and I knew Shams was gonna be probably the first one to break the news. And unfortunately, the past couple of seasons, Shams has never broken a good Magic news. It feels like it's always, well, I guess the Bane trade. He was the first one to do it, but injury wise, it's always bad things when Shams tweets about the Magic. So like you mentioned, I was bracing myself for the worst. I was bracing myself for a knee injury of some kind, some sort of ligament injury. I was just hoping that it wouldn't be ACL, PCL, anything that had to be a major injury that he would miss extended time. That was kind of
Any of
my
the
my
alphabet.
yeah, any of that stuff, right? Now, what I will tell you is I had no idea, no expectations that he was gonna miss time due to an ankle injury. That was the last thing in my mind. It could be any other part of the leg, but the ankle just didn't make sense to me. But man, that was the most incredible tweet, the most incredible update that I've gotten so far in years regarding the Magic. Just because, to your point, on Sunday when the injury happened, bro, I didn't care about the game. I didn't care about the Knicks game anymore. I was just on Twitter talking to you guys on the group chats. In my mind, the season is over. And if he does come back, it will be probably March, April, in my mind, just in time for the playoffs. But guess what? He won't be in sync with the team anymore. So some adaptation period. So that season was going to be just over in my mind. The fact that he's only going to miss, and who knows, maybe longer than this, but Shams is saying 2 to 4 weeks is the average. Let's put it at 6 weeks, bro. I don't care. The fact that he'll be back before the All Star break and be fully healthy and be able to join Paolo, Bane, Suggs, this team, and we'll get to see this team compete at the playoffs, hopefully at a high level, healthy with France, dude, like that made my week. It made my month. It made my year. It made up for the 1-4 start that we went through earlier in the season. My reaction was I literally was in the middle of my workday when I saw the tweet and I just screamed, wow, in the middle of my house. And my wife was like, what happened? I told her. Then the France news, she watches every game with me. She smiled right away. Like she also was worried about not seeing France again until next year. So man, again, sucked to lose to the Knicks because I love beating them. But I love the fact that we were able to get that update on France because if he would have been out longer than anything, longer than 3 months, man, that would have been devastating to this team. But what about you? What was your reaction and what are your thoughts now that we know what the outcome is?
Yeah, when I read the reaction, when I read the message, I was on a conference call at work on camera, and I couldn't hold my reaction. I was laughing. My mouth was to the floor. So I'm over here on camera. If you're on YouTube, literally, and everybody had to, everything okay? Yeah, yeah, everything's fine. I'm so sorry, so sorry. I need to get off camera for a second, and I had to get it out of my system, out of excitement, man, because I was devastated when I saw that happen. My wife heard me scream and yell just out of frustration because I said every curse word in the book when I saw it happen. Because this is the same story that the Magic have dealt with year after year after year after year after year. The Magic just have struggled with injuries and have not been able to stay healthy. When we look at a team like OKC that, had a crazy season last year, is consistency of being able to string together healthy players, being able to play at a top level and being able to compete. And I feel like the Magic have finally had a moment, a time where everything is now starting to piece together. You make this big move, transactional move for a player like Desmond Bane, and he's now really starting to figure it out. Paulo, we're still working on him getting back into the groove after missing some time, but you need everyone to play together. Like you need Franz and Paulo and Desmond, and you need everybody to be able to figure it out. Wendell Carter Jr. is playing the best basketball for the Magic that we've seen in a long time. We can't rely on this every year for things to go this well. Anthony Black, Tristan De Silva, I can go on and on. Everything is feeling right for the Magic to where they can really make moves. You look at a team like the Detroit Pistons who are making crazy noise. We're going toe to toe with them. We're dog walking them too. The Knicks, they don't want to see us. Their fan base don't want to see us,
Nope.
right? So we can't we are not the same team without Franz Wagner. We're not the same team without Paulo Banchero. We're not the same team without this Desmond Bane. So the fact that it wasn't anything serious is something that everyone should be excited about, whether it takes 4 weeks, whether it takes 6 weeks, whether the Magic want to be cautious and let it last 8 to 10 weeks. As long as he's coming back in the near future is what you can be excited about, because it's just a matter of time before we get the other Wagner back into the lineup. And you know that he's the type of player that impacts the game. And I am so hyped. When I tell you hyped, I am so I don't know what player teams are gonna hate more. If they're gonna hate Mo Wagner more, or they're gonna hate Desmond Bane more. Because if you've been watching Desmond Bane is a character. that that ball that he threw on the back of OG was. I know that people say that he needs to be smarter and that he needs to not be so reckless. I'll be honest with you. I'm all for that. Like I feel like every team needs to have a player like that. The Magic have multiple players. We're already playing physical with teams, so teams already don't like the way that we're playing with them because of how hard we play. But on top of that, you're adding shenanigans to it. So it's going to throw teams off. And I love the energy. Desmond Bane is a dog. And it's one thing for you to act that way. It's another thing to be able to act that way and back it up. And Desmond Bane so far has been showing consistently that he can back it up. He can back it up at an extremely elite level.
Yeah, man, and that's one thing that we were excited about when we traded for him. Like at least personally, that edge that he brings. So I got to see it in Memphis a little bit, a few confrontations that he got into it. He's that guy. Like he doesn't mind getting in your face. Like when we beat the Miami Heat on Tuesday night here to advance to the NBA Cup semifinals, he was clapping in the Heat players' faces, and I love
I
it. Like,
love
hey,
the
man,
energy.
they were so excited in the first quarter, beating us by so much. And again, we stayed quiet. We were humble at that moment. But hey, we came back. We beat you guys for the third time now in a row here at home. It's our time to celebrate. He's not afraid to do so. But by the way, what's going on with Bane in this 37-point games? Like, when are we going to get a 38, a 39? Like, what is
I need
happening?
a 40. At this point, I need a 40
I
game.
know. And he's been so close, man. I don't know what's been happening, but again, kind of transitioning from France, I think that man, Bane is becoming the guy that we thought we were gonna get when that trade was announced back in June. I was just looking at the numbers here. So Bane shot 25% in October, 34.3 in the month of November, a little bit better. In December, through 5 games so far, 35%. That is impressive. That is a Desmond Bane that we traded for. Points per game, 16 points in October, 19 in November, 21.8 in December. So the fact that now, again, unfortunately, we had Paulo out for the majority of November. Bane stepped up in a few games, helped to win some games. Now December comes around, France unfortunately goes down. Guess what? Bane is called upon once again and say, hey, you are the offensive leader once again. We need you to help out offensively more. He's delivering once again. So I think at the end of the day, man, this might be a blessing in disguise because we might get Paulo his rhythm here in the month of December while Franz is out. Bane is playing well already. Suggs is playing well. You add to that a Franz Wagner that was also playing so well. If all those guys can kind of find a way to click at the same time, that's when the Magic becomes super, super dangerous. But man, that Bane trade, all the jokes on Twitter, on social media about the picks and we should have given the Memphis Grizzlies more picks on top of that. Bro, in reality, like we gave him two players that are producing nothing for them. Cole didn't play for them. KCP is a bench guy now. And those four picks, not for nothing, they're not going to yield much the way the Magic are looking right now. And they're only going to get better in years to come. So that trade is looking better and better. But man, it feels so good to finally have a shooting guard. Me and you on this podcast for years have been saying, like, when are we going to get a two guard that can score the ball and shoot threes? And here we go, man. We finally got that guy and he's delivering. And it's so freaking fun to watch.
Yeah, he's able to score in all three levels. He's scored 37 points at least 3 times this year. He's struggled early on into the season, but now averaging above 19 points per game. Easily by far his best shooting game that he's had this season. And honestly, he mentioned it. The turnaround for him was the game winner. So that's given him the confidence. He felt that he was more accepted by the city when that moment happened. And it's one thing to trade for a player like that, and that player is forced to play for your team. It's another thing for a player like Desmond Bane that is excited to be here, excited to be a part of the team, and you can see the energy that he has, and his how he is with the teammates and how his teammates are with him shouting out Jonathan Isaac, him shouting out Anthony Black. It's like at the end of every game, he has something positive to say about the players. So it's the type of person that you want. You want somebody that's a great team player that is going to hype your team, but he's the player that you love to have on your team, but hate to play against. And he's exactly that player, and that's my type of hooper. Like I love everything about Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane has really turned me into a full blown believer. And yeah, he's making that trade look absolutely silly right now. And Memphis Grizzlies, that's a whole crapshoot at the moment. So it's worked out for the Magic. We need to continue to see that. Paulo Banchero is going to need Desmond Bane's support while Franz Wagner is out, because there's going to be times where Paulo is struggling, and until he's able to really figure it out and really get that rhythm and get his feet underneath him as he's still feeling his way back into the lineup. Desmond Bane is going to need to be that player that we rely on, and needs to be something that we see consistency. I'm glad that we're able to see these high output of scoring from him, but he can't have games where he's shooting under 10. Like, he's too important for us offensively.
Yeah, and I think we'll see more and more of that. I think now that Paulo's back, we saw the Heat try to triple team him at times on that Tuesday game. Again, that's when Bane needs to step in and hit those threes, and he did. And that was man, that was a game changer. That was so fun to watch. Again, I cannot remember the last time we had a Magic player have a 6 up for 9 from 3 point. Like it doesn't happen very often. And the numbers that he's putting up right now are numbers that we haven't seen since Tracy McGrady was with the Magic 21 years ago. So yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen a guy come in at the shooting guard position and play at this level. So it's been again a blast to watch. Now, let me ask you, with Franz going down, Bane's been playing better and better as the season goes on. Who do you think is the one Magic player that has to step up the most to help the Magic stay afloat until Franz comes back? I said in our group chat, I think if the Magic can play 500, maybe a little bit better than 500 until Franz comes back, I'll be okay with that. I think they can do better than that, but if they can play 500, I think I'll be happy. Players wise, who's that guy that you're saying, man, you two, give me two players offensively that got to carry the load, playmaking wise, defensively, that got to help us out. Because that's the thing with Franz, you don't realize it, but he gives us so much, man. He gives us playmaking, defense, and offense. So we need people to step up. Who are those guys in your opinion?
Yes, Wendell Carter Jr. and Anthony Black. Wendell Carter, again, we talked about it. He's having a complete turnaround of a season from what we looked at last year, right? He's somebody that when the Magic are talking about like what's one position that you should look to upgrade, it's a 5 spot with Wendell. The way that he's playing right now, I don't even want that to be a conversation. Like, he's playing that good. The way that he's rebounding, the way that he's playing bigger than his size, how strong he is, his shooting behind the 3 point line, he's going to have to be way more active without Franz Wagner in there, because again, he's been able to show that he's able to stretch the floor. He's been able to put the ball down. He's been able to put the ball on the floor more than what we've seen, and just his aggressiveness, man. The way his body, the way that he's grabbing rebounds, he's doing it aggressively. I wish Goga would play with that same intensity. Like, Goga has good moments, but I wish that he can use his size the way that Wendell uses his size. And then Anthony Black. I'm sorry, my boy Tony Orlando. We're already spoiled. Like, we are spoiled already with his level of play, to the point that if he cannot be like that consistently, there's something wrong. He's been aggressive. He's been driving the basketball to the hoop. He's been stretching the floor. He's been a great playmaker and additional ball handler. Like he's doing everything that we've wanted from Anthony Black. Anthony Black is taking that leap. And what I'm excited about is that once we do start to see, you know, these players come back, you know, this is just added production that we're going to be getting consistently from the bench. Like I have confidence that a bench of Anthony Black and Mo Wagner and Tristan Da Silva is just going to wreak havoc on any team. Like it's who are you going to bring in that is going to feel like an advantage for the other team. Like you're bringing in high quality players. So for me, it's Wendell, it's Anthony Black. Those are two people that we really, really have to rely on because we need their production.
So you and I agree on Anthony Black for sure. I think he's shown us that he can step up and produce at a high level. He's been playing really, really well this season. He's in a bit of a slump right now. His 3-point shooting has gone down quite a bit in the past few weeks. I think he's shooting now 30-ish%. So he again on a bit of a cold slump. Yeah, 30.7 for the season now. He was shooting over 40 for the first like 3 weeks of the season. So hopefully he finds that shooting stroke here while Franz is out. But man, he's the way that he's attacking the basket, finishing inside, it's fun to watch. Like he has that next level, athleticism wise, speed. We're seeing a different AB this year. We need it to continue while Franz is out. But the other guy that I'm gonna look at is I'm torn here between Suggs and Tristan Da Silva, but I'm gonna go with Tristan just because we called him Franz Wagner last year many times because he looked like a mini Franz Wagner, right? He still does from time to time. Same thing like as AB, started the year very strong. He's kind of cooled off a little bit. Hey man, this is your time to shine. This is a time when we need you to kind of make up for Franz while he's out. His game is very similar to Franz here and there. So if he can just find the 3-point shooting, keep making those attacking the basket and making those layups inside, I think those two guys, AB and Tristan, in my opinion, are the ones that have to step up the most. I have full confidence that we're going to figure it out with Paolo. Bane is going to continue to be playing strong basketball, and Suggs is going to find a way to continue to contribute the way that he has. But those two guys, to me, AB and Tristan, are going to be the guys that, to me, are the key in kind of writing it out until Franz is back. Now, when it comes to starting, we've only seen so far one game with the Heat game on Tuesday, and AB got the call to start. How did you feel about that move? And do you want to see us do the same thing going forward, kind of going small and playing AB instead of maybe Tristan or someone else?
I understand the reason why they went that way. Truthfully, I would like to see Tristan Da Silva in the starting lineup over Anthony Black, especially when we talk about this matchup with Jalen Brunson, right, in the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson is going to, I want him to struggle when it comes to our guards, right? Jalen Suggs obviously is going to give him some issues. Anthony Black with his size, obviously, you hope that he would give him some issues. But I think that the team just flows better with Tristan Da Silva um, with the starting unit because we joke about the Franz Wagner, but he is a mini Franz Wagner. Like he plays very similar to his style in his game. So it's the easiest one that you can mimic to where it won't adjust the team too much. And then you want to see that production from Anthony Black off the bench, especially in the level that he's been playing. So for me, the most best flow in terms of keeping the starting unit intact while Franz is out, it should be Tristan Da Silva. I understand why they play Anthony Black has been the better player recently. But if it's me and my choice, yeah, I definitely want to keep Tristan Da Silva in that pocket and with the starting unit.
Okay, so we agree there. I kind of found that interesting that they made that decision, or mostly made that decision on Tuesday. But I think going forward, I do want to see Tristan out there, even if it's on less minutes. But just start the game, give AB plenty of minutes still. But I think that, to your point, Tristan kind of mimics France the best out of the guys that we have in our team right now. Again, they play so similar, so I think it's not a tough transition for him. And with Paulo back in the lineup, he can try to play more like France. I feel like when Paulo was out, it was tough for him to kind of figure out how to play because hey, you got France next to you, Suggs, Spain. It's kind of hard. Too many guards out there. But with Paulo being back, he can be more of a three player, small forward, and play that France role a little bit more. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what kind of matchups Mosley can come up with going forward. But I do think that eventually we'll see Tristan settle into the starting lineup more than AB. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Now let's talk about this Knicks game. We've had the matchups all year long. Obviously, the last time that we saw them, they didn't have Carl Anthony Towns. We lost Franz Wagner pretty early. They've seen us without Paulo Banchero. When you look at what it takes for the Magic to leave beating the New York Knicks, what do you feel like the Magic are going to have to do to make sure that we win? And who do you think is the player that would need to lead us the most in that matchup?
So what will it take? It's going to be defense against the Knicks. You got to be physical. You got to make them feel your presence. If Cat is playing on Saturday, which I think he should, you got to be physical with him. He does not like it when you're physical with him. He gets rattled. Hopefully, you can make that happen. You mentioned it before, Brunson. You got to throw different bodies at him. Suggs, AB, Bane can be thrown to him from time to time. Just give him different looks. You're not going to stop him. We know that. Oh, by the way, the refs won't let you because they're going to call a million flopping fouls on this dude. But you got to find a way to defensively control the game. That's one. Two, you got to find a way to hit at least 10 3 pointers. You cannot come up and have one of those games where you go 5 for 35 from 3 point range and hope to win the game against the Knicks. So defense and 3 point shooting, and lastly turnovers. You cannot give them a chance to run on the break and get wild on the fast breaks and get easy baskets. You got to prevent that. So those are my three keys. Again, defense, slowing down Brunson a little bit, making 10 threes, and turning the ball over at least, ideally, less than 12 times. Who's going to have to lead us? I'm going to have to say Desmond Bane is the guy that I'm looking at. I think that he's the one offensively that I'll be looking at to say, hey, I need you to score at least 25 or more. Ideally, it would be Paolo. I don't think he should be on a minutes restriction anymore. He'll be back for a week, have 3-4 days off here before the next game. He should be at least playing 30 minutes or more for that game. I just don't know, man. Paolo to me still seems a little bit out of it. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. He is not in rhythm right now offensively. He does not seem comfortable out there. I hope I'm wrong. He drops 50 and we win that game easily. But based on what I've seen lately, Bane is the guy that I'll be looking at to lead us in that game. What about you?
No argument from me. I think Bane is already highlighted himself as the villain for New York, the Bane of Gotham City, as you will. Um, I think that he's going to have to be the one that kind of takes it, and I'm good with that. Paulo Banchero is going to get to his speed once he gets to his speed, but right now Desmond's got the hot hand. From his shooting to his driving, it's whatever he wants to do. He's so strong that there is very difficult to stop him in doing that. So I'm hoping that he's able to shoot the ball as consistently as he has been doing. But yeah, I think what it's going to take for us to win, yeah, the Magic need to be able to match up. They need to be able to be physical. They have to be the team that wins on the boards and limit second chance opportunities. Man, Jalen Brunson is a bona fide stud. That dude can put the ball in the hoop, and he's the smallest player on the court. And there's a lot of players that can hurt you. Carl Anthony Towns can hurt you. OG can hurt you. Mikal Bridges can hurt you. They have a lot of players that can produce offensively. So limiting their 3 point shooting is going to be a big deal. We can't let them outshoot us. And I think that the biggest benefit that the Magic are going to take from this is the fact that we're not playing in Madison Square Garden. And obviously, the Magic have had a good amount of practice because when the Knicks do come to Orlando, unfortunately, there's a big New York presence. So taking these games out to the West Coast, I'm curious to see how that level balances out because now we're really truly on neutral ground. And the Magic, they've been playing well. They've been playing extremely well with good level competition. So everything's going to have to go right for the Magic. It's not going to be easy. But the Knicks don't like playing against the Magic. They know that they're going to have a very, very tough matchup, and I think mentally we're in their heads. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun matchup, and I'm looking forward to this game in Vegas, as everyone should be.
Yeah, now let me quickly ask you, would you have rather us face the Raptors, or are you okay with us facing the Knicks?
No, I mean, I think the Raptors, obviously they've been playing good this year. From a talent perspective, the Knicks are the harder basketball team. The Raptors might have the record, but the Knicks is just a team that we need to make sure that we're in their heads. I've said this before on the podcast. We need to steal their confidence, and this is how you do it. If you end up having to play the Knicks in some capacity in the postseason, they need to know that the Magic is not a team that they want to play against, and we have proven that already with beating them throughout the season, and not just beating them, dog walking them. Um, the one time that they beat us was without our arguably our worst, our best player out this season. And we have to be able to show that we can still get it done without Franz Wagner. If you can do that, if you can show them that in an important matchup like the semifinals game in Vegas that you do it without Franz Wagner, or we're gonna put fear in their hearts for a good little minute. And I think that's the exciting part about this because it hasn't always been that.
Yeah, no, man. And again, if you guys listen to the show, you guys know I don't like the Knicks very much. So I was actually excited when I saw that matchup. Again, we may lose, we may win, we'll see what happens. But ultimately, if we can win that game, that will be so fun. Just because, again, the Knicks fans on X and person at the Kia Center, so obnoxious. They love talking so much. If you can beat them and shut them up for a little bit, that'll be so much fun. So hopefully we come our way with a big win on Saturday afternoon and we can celebrate a little bit. But let me ask you this, predictions wise. What are you thinking? Knicks, Magic, 5:30 Saturday afternoon for a chance to make it to the finals. What do you think is going to happen there?
I think the Magic take it. I'm being super biased. I'm being a homer. I like our matchup against the New York Knicks. I think that the Magic take it, especially on neutral ground. I feel really good about it. I feel like the Knicks, there's a little bit of fear, and I don't think you say that with just any team that's out there. I don't think that the Knicks feel that way with any team that's out there. I think that the Knicks, there's a little bit of fear against the Magic. We're a team that they don't want to see. And if you have that mental edge, include that with the Magic playing physical, include that with all the big versatile players that we have. If we can get our shooting at a decent percentage, the Knicks are going to have a hard time with us. And if you can get past the Knicks and be able to play a meaningful basketball game against the OKC Thunder, if obviously they advance, that's only going to help the Magic with
Hmm.
additional experience for the postseason. So I got the Magic beating against winning against the Knicks, and I think that Denver game at 9 o'clock on Thursday might be a pretty tough matchup, but uh, the Knicks game for sure. I got the Magic getting a dub.
So I think on Saturday, it's not going to be easy. That semifinals game against the Knicks, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to come down to the final minutes of the game. And I do think we come away victorious. I think we find a way to steal that game, whether it sucks, his crazy antics and hitting a crazy shot after a crazy steal, whatever it might be. But I do have a feeling that, to your point, the Knicks have a bit of fear to face the Magic. I also want to add this element. I think the Magic want to get one back. I think they lost that game on Sunday. It wasn't fun. They lost Franz, and I'm not gonna say I forgot the guy's name, but the German kid that fouled Franz on the alley oop. I don't think it was a dirty play. It was a weird play. I wouldn't call it dirty, but I think there's some guys in the locker room thinking we got to get back and win that game for Franz. So I think if you go with that mindset, I hope Franz makes a trip and he's sitting in the bench with the guys. I hope that happens. We'll see. Um, there's a lot riding on this game for the Magic. So I hope they find a way to win. I do think they're going to win that game. And to your point, then we go and have another, what is it, 3, 4, 5 days off before our next game. So plenty of rest here for the Magic to figure things out. Life without France. They can now have some practices, figure things out, which is perfect timing. Denver, tough team. AG should be out, but they're still a very tough team. So I'm gonna say we win that game too. They're a tough team, but I do see the Magic playing well on the road against the Denver Nuggets. Won't be easy. We need Wendell to be huge in that game because Jokic is no joke. Um, so I got us going 2-0 this week. Now, let me ask you this. If we do win on Saturday, we would play either San Antonio or OKC in the finals of the NBA Cup on Tuesday. So if that does happen, whichever we face, the Spurs or the Thunder, if we win, what are your predictions there?
Man, I would love to get back against San Antonio. That would be amazing just because that was even without Victor Wembanyama, that should have been a team that, on paper, we just have a very competitive roster without, especially without them having Victor. That should have been a game that we marked as a dub. So it'd be nice to get back there. I hope my hope is that we do advance and we do play against OKC. I want the better team, and OKC is the reigning champions, and that's the experience that you want. I think that's going to be an extremely tough matchup. I'm going to swerve and not give you an answer because I can give you my homer answer, and I'll sit here and tell you that it's the Magic, but I think that the OKC is a very tough team. We've heard the nickname of the Orlando Magic multiple times where they called us, the OKC of the East. So again, it would just be a really good experience and meaningful uh, post playoff like basketball in December. I think would be absolutely huge. So, uh, I'm going with the Magic all the way. OKC would definitely be a tough matchup.
Yep, I agree with you. I think that if we do make it past Saturday, we face. I think it's going to be OKC, man. They're what is it, 24-1 right now? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, insane.
Um, it's going to be a tough hill to overcome there with the OKC Thunder. So if we make it to the finals again, unless something crazy happens, I do think unfortunately we may come up short. But to your point, even then, man, I feel like the fact that we're getting to this level of play early in the season, getting some experience down, getting AB, Tristan, the younger guys, experience to, hey, you're playing now in these meaningful games. That way, when April comes around, it's not like a shocking situation for them. Keep getting those reps. Um, Again, I think that we come up short if it is OKC that we face. If it is the Spurs and they don't have Wemby, that'll be fun. That'll be a really fun matchup. You got two teams that are missing two of their key players. That would be fun. I doubt it happens, but if it does, that's probably a fun matchup just because it could go either way. If that does happen, I think the Magic get one back against the Spurs and they win it all. Which again, I don't care about people saying banners and they don't matter. We need more banners in the Kia Center, bro. It's kind of empty out there. So I would take an NBA Cup championship banner if that's what we can get for now.
I don't know, man. I'm anti the in season tournament banners. It's a little cringy. Who was it that won the in season tournament last year?
Was it Milwaukee?
You see what I mean? You don't even remember. You want to put a banner up.
Wait. I know Indiana won 1 year. I gotta look at this up real quick. NBA Cup winners. Let me check. I know Indiana won in 1 year, and I want to say the other one was Milwaukee. But why can I remember?
All right, so it looks like final semi LA Lakers Milwaukee Bucks in 2024. So the Bucks won it last year. Now, I'm curious, did they
No.
put a
Wait, was it the
yeah,
Lakers or was it Milwaukee?
Milwaukee. Lakers won in
Milwaukee. Okay.
2023, then Milwaukee. I'm curious, did the Bucks raise a banner for it?
I don't. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do research. I don't think they put a banner up?
So, so I got it wrong. So it wasn't Indiana. Indiana made it to the finals, but the Lakers won that year. So the Lakers and Milwaukee are the ones that have won it all. So I think the Lakers put a banner up, though, if I'm not mistaken. Milwaukee, I'm not too sure.
Milwaukee did. They put a banner.
See? So, hey, man, we're entitled to a banner. That's all I'm going to say.
Banner
If we
design,
win it
white
all.
banner honor. Yeah, it says banner unveiling December 21st, 2024. A white banner honoring the NBA Cup champions. Tournament MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, they put a banner. So I guess
Give
can
me
we
a
I would rather us opt into can we put the NBA Cup winner? Can we get like a little monument and we can just add that to the Hall of Fame? Can we do that instead of putting a banner? That'd be nice.
they might do that. Hey, it's the Magic, man. They don't like hanging banners too often, so they might do that. They might do like a Magic Hall
Yeah,
of
there you go.
Fame something. But hey, man, it
Something of
will be
some
fun to
sort.
see. It'll be fun to see Desmond Bane, Paulo Banchero, be named the MVP, and again, the Magic win it all. That would be fun to, it's a year that we went all in, and to kind of have that as the outcome right away, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it's good. It's good promise. It obviously didn't work out for a team like Milwaukee because they're another crapshoot that's happening right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta mean something. It's gotta mean something. So, I mean, listen, exciting games ahead. Saturday, 5:30, Viva Las Vegas, Magic taking on the Knicks in Sin City. It's gonna be a cinema, man. It's gonna be exciting. Magic just gotta go out there and they gotta play Magic basketball. They can't come out slow like they did this last game against the Heat. They need to play uh, you know 48 minutes of basketball.
Yep, it's gonna be fun. You said it best. It's gonna be a great game. I think that it's gonna be a hard fought game. Again, hopefully we come up with a win, man, because that would be incredible. I know Magic Twitter would be insane if we can beat the Knicks and advance to the finals.
Yeah, 1000%. They need to do like a mini parade. If we win, don't put a banner up, give us a mini parade. All right, man. On that note, it is a wrap. I appreciate everyone for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week with this outcome. Catch you guys soon.